Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of some F1 2020 game news. And of course it comes where we've seen a few different pieces of stuff coming out today and yesterday of course. But we're going to start with an article that was released about a week ago on racefans.net with an interview with George Russell. Apparently he was shocked about the improvements he felt because he's been testing, and the good news is they've actually got the drivers who've been playing the virtual Grand Prix series, they've now got them a copy of the new game. Apparently it's all in the downshifts, but again there's not been too much about because of course the handling side of stuff has actually got a bit of an embargo on, so there's not really that much that can be said. But of course Codemasters have said that themselves they want to make several changes, and this is the thing because of course last month Formula 1 suggested that they could make their own simulator game, which of course means that would take away from the Codemasters game and also maybe lose the franchise altogether, which would then give Codemasters, of course, Project Cars, Dirt, and Grit as their sponsors. And yes, the new Project Cars 3 game is coming out. I've got absolutely no confidence in whatsoever that it will be any better than the last two. So there we go. But yes, I think Codemasters are trying to make these changes because they don't want to lose their license to maybe F1 themselves, which I suppose is a good way of the fact they're being threatened. But he says it's improved, but whether or not how much has it improved, and how realistic it will still be, will yet to be seen. I've not driven the game myself. So now we're going to go on to some driver ratings, and we'll start with Red Bull, and I believe actually, hang on, if I bring up the article, I'll put it on. This wasn't actually released by Codemasters at all, but by the official race F1 website. Basically, I'm going to explain what the categories are. So experience, a higher experience score will help players collect a greater number of resource points used in the game to buy car upgrades. So hopefully, now they've done if you remember back to from 2019 and 2018, there was a little slider bar that said rookie to experience. Hopefully that has been gone because you could basically be experienced after one season of Formula 1. Racecraft, a higher Racecraft score allows the drive to unleash more effective overtakes. Whether or not that's the car or what, I don't know. I don't think that should be the car because the car is based on there. I think that's more likely how the driver manoeuvres that car. Awareness, of course, a higher score means the driver is less likely to lose control of their car when the going gets tough, especially in the rain. And please don't copyright me, Billy Ocean. I'm just reading off the F1 website. The going gets tough, the top get going. And then pace, honestly. The higher the pace or the more quick they are. So, yes. So obviously, Max Verstappen's got 68 experience. I'd say Verstappen needs, I'd say that's a bit more. I don't agree with these. His pace is probably there. Awareness, yeah. I would say that's about right. Albon? It's about right for him, but compared to some other people, well, you can judge for yourselves because let's move to Racing Point, and you're going to see why. Because, I mean, did we see what happened last season for Racing Point. Perez is, well, I don't want to speak ill of Perez because he does try, but he's past it. I'm not gonna lie. He's been in this is his 9th season in Formula One. I know he's contracted for another million years, but still. Yeah. And also the contract cost, of course, is based on the salary and the buyouts. Now, they haven't factored in paid drivers here at all, so that's not going to be factored in at all, unfortunately. So that's still yet there. But is Racecraft and pace? I'd say about right. But for Stroll, I'm sorry, he hasn't. What pace? He hasn't got 8. In fact, he's got 83 pace, and they've given Albon the same. They basically made that Albon is just as fast as Lance Stroll. That's what they're saying. His experience is there or thereabouts. Racecraft, maybe not. No. And of course, awareness. I know that people are saying that obviously Stroll, he was great in GP3, but he hasn't proved that. He had the car last season and he went out in FP1 in Q1 all the time. AlphaTauri as well. Both drivers have been raced the same. Kvyat with more pace than Gasly, interestingly enough. Obviously, the higher this rating is, the bigger the contract cost. But obviously, the buyout looks like it's half of the half of the salary. So yes, I don't need co-masters to tell me that 2 + 4 = 6. But yes, obviously experience is about there. Race car there. I think that Gasly probably needs a bit more pace, and Kvyat a bit less there. Then we've got Mercedes, and oh my goodness grief, we've got Lewis Hamilton has been in the sport since 2007, and he's got 89 experience. His salary is 13 million, his buyout 6.5. And half of 13 is 6.5. So your buyout is half your salary. I'm just making sure that's done there. Bottas has been in the sport since 2013. Is that how long? Goodness grief. So he needs a bit more experience as well, and a bit less on. I'd say a little bit less on the racecraft and a lot less on the pace, because he's not that. He's fast when he wants to be, but I'd say probably about 85. Hopefully they adjust these, because because these have got to be used not only in my team, but they also get used in the driver market as well. Presumably your driver will be given one of these as well, and also the F2 drivers as well. So yes, I expect a little bit more from that. Renault have also given this, and Daniel Ricciardo 76 experience. So the experience is really low. I expect a bit more than that. I'll probably say the rest is about right. Ocon, his racecraft shouldn't be that high. Everything else is just about right for him. Probably a bit more experience. Now, obviously, if you'll join, Latifi's literally the only rookie in F1 this year. His contract is really low. Again, I'll expect a bit more on the racecraft side for Russell, but then I don't. That's the one that we don't know. It might be linked to the car as well a little bit, so that's potentially what's keeping the rating down for those two. And obviously 32 experience, so that does factor in a little bit of Formula 2, but again, I don't know how much you're going to be given. So yes, that's a little bit iffy with those. I'm not going to lie, I'm not particularly happy with with what some of them have been given. So yes, I'm going to leave an image on the for this final bit of the episode. I'm going to leave an image of split screen. It's a replay. All of the split screen images, coincidentally, all have the top image, so player 1 is in cockpit mode and player 2 is in chase cam. I don't know how, we haven't seen anything of the contrary, although I can't remember what the image was. Remember, this isn't the first time we've seen split screen on my channel. There was a leaked image on it that we saw back a couple of weeks ago now. It was a very badly, it wasn't a very good rendered image, but it didn't have enough pixels, but it did show some of the, again, I'm not going to go into too much detail because there's not really much to say, but obviously there is some gameplay that's been released today. Obviously I don't have the game, so I don't have anything, I can't show you anything. This is what I've got so far. There's links to all of this in the description below, so you can go and check out for yourself. But ERS, I was watching some of the gameplay, and all I can see is that it switches between mode 1 and mode 3. Now mode 1 is the medium and mode 3 is the overtake mode. And it seems that the auto ERS is doing what it was doing on F1 2019 and still depleting ever so slightly too quickly. Although they have made some adjustments, so that it sort of tries to make that. Again, I haven't tried it for myself, so I'll only find out how well this has been done when I pick up the game for myself. They've also revised the graphics for the intro, making it a little bit more official looking. At the same time, they've also put the flag behind the grid standings, and also they've got away with those 2002 style images from F1 2019. They've gone with the more, they've refreshed those grid images as well. Obviously you've seen the slightly modified GUI as well, which of course has got the added of the overtake button. That's what I was looking for, as well as the other stuff. There's a little bit, it's been jiggled about slightly, but it's the same layout, is still pretty much the same. And then also photo mode apparently has been refreshed, so it looks a little bit more crisper. Hopefully they've fixed the issues that they've been having, which there was still the other day there was a bug with the shutter speed, which if you are a YouTuber yourself and you use the photo mode for your thumbnails, then you know that the shutter speed is what gets you those exciting thumbnails, and the shutter speed thing wasn't working. I've seen it recently pop up again, so it is still an issue. So hopefully they've sort of gone and said, okay, we need to take a look at photo mode, let's give it a refresh. But that's pretty much it for that. They have updated the Force India and the other cars now as well. Again, we haven't seen any, apart from the gameplay that you saw earlier in this video. That's literally it. That's all I've got really, and there's not been a lot because Codemasters are clamping down. They're clamping down on YouTubers and clamping down on everybody. Everything is under embargo until Codemasters say it is, and they're getting, as I say, they're getting very anxious about everything, as you'd expect with the leak of the Grid game last year. So, but yes, if you have enjoyed this video, then please leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel, and you see more F1 2020 game news as it comes, probably next Friday, because it seems that Friday is the day that everything gets released. We're still yet to hear the other driver ratings as well, whether or not we will get the release of the F2 driver ratings as well. That's main to be seen, but they will get released on the F1 website and will of course be updated in the description to the link that's in the description below. So if you want to go and be ahead of me, then by all means. But yes, until the next VR, take care, thank you so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.